All right.
All right, and we're live. What is up, Mad Good Nation, and what is up, Steph? How you
What's
doing, man?
going on, man? It's good, man. I'm doing all right. Not too happy tonight though about the loss, but doing all right otherwise. How are you?
Oh, we lost tonight. Get
Yeah,
out of
man,
here!
unfortunately, another L,
Get
a very
out.
close game. You know, it was a crazy game, right? I mean, it was a lot of ups and downs when you think about, from the start of the game, us starting off with a huge deficit, then really coming back towards the end of the first half, right? In the second half, we killed it, right? I mean, our bench was really doing its thing. Obi Toppin, IQ coming off the bench, right? D Rose, everyone really made an impact. But even Jay Randall and RJ Barrett, along with a lot of the bench players, in combination did really well, right? That's what got us to really come back in the game. But we just couldn't close it out, right? Randall
Yeah,
had that 3-pointer to almost tie the game as well,
yeah,
and RJ as well. So a couple of close shots, good shots, but weren't able to close it out, man.
yeah. Speaking of Jay Randall, he finished with 14 rebounds, but only had 13 points on 4 of 9 attempts. I mean, RJ Barrett had 16 attempts, Julius with 9. He's always on the lower end of the spectrum. Whenever I check the box score, he's really not getting a lot of attempts up as our kind of like star player, 1 of 4 from the 3. Yeah, at the end of the game there, he got caught up in the paint 2 times in a row, and Fred VanVleet, they just collapsed on him, and he was able to kind of like, get the ball out of Randall's hands in the traffic of the paint. So there was 2 turnovers there at the end of the game that I thought were crucial. And then outside of that, we had that opportunity with RJ Barrett to like drive. I like what he did there. Actually, he drove hard to the basket and was able to get a shot off. He didn't get blocked, but again, RJ Barrett, I love his progression, but he definitely needs to continue working on being able to finish the ball, because that could have been a big shot for us. But despite that, Julius Randle had an opportunity with that 3, as you mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
which didn't go in.
Yeah.
I don't like to quibble usually about like plays at the end of the game, because to me, plays throughout any portion of the game are just as important. To like really dissect the end of the game is kind of unfair to me. But there were definitely some opportunities there. There's a little bit of weird body language from Randall after that shot when he shot it off, and it was kind of like before he even the
I thought
ball
that
went in.
too. I thought
You know
that
what I mean?
too, but it's it's the kind of to be expected, right? I mean, like you kind of had a good look, you hit a 3, and in those situations, I'm sure he's very eager to kind of make that shot and be that guy and be the clutch player. I mean, who wouldn't want to be that player, right? So I'm sure that does have an effect, right? At that time in the game, you're like, oh man, it's on the road. We could have gotten that 3 to kind of seal the deal, but
Yeah,
that
but
that
to
was
me, the body language almost seemed like he didn't want to take that 3. Like he took it, like I took it, but like damn, like it shouldn't have came to this. It almost seemed like
yeah.
that. But I mean, ultimately, that's just kind of those are just details. I think overall, what the problems the Knicks are facing are just consistent problems over and over again. Like there's something about this lineup, the starting lineup, that's not working. Obviously, our bench, when you look at the plus minus, the starters are always negative and the bench is always positive. I can't praise our bench enough, considering they're a lot of young guys. They really go out there and play with the right grit. But something about the
Yeah.
way our is
We,
Alex
we got a we got a comment coming in from Boost Mobile. I'm saying is Alex Burks. All I'm saying is Alex Burks, 1 point in 38 minutes, free Kemba, coach. You tripping? That's hilarious to think about, man. Yeah, it's too many ups and downs, right? It's almost like you don't know what to rely on anymore, right? It's like when Kemba plays, he has some good games, he has some bad games. Burks, right? I mean, he's been doing his thing. Obviously, he wouldn't be in the rotation and in the lineup if he didn't deserve those minutes. But we can't expect these players to perform night in and night out, right? I mean, all the time. And that's where, what I kind of noticed tonight, the big thing is like when you notice really good teams in the NBA, right? When their bench comes in and adds that additional energy, that sets the tone and the rhythm of the game, right? They can set the pace. But what really helps is when the kind of starters come in after that to kind of continue that energy, to kind of push that rotation. Hey, my man TK's in the building.
Yo.
What's
What
going
up?
on, man? What's going on, bro?
Not happy.
Yeah.
Why? What
Not
happened,
happy.
baby? Is everything okay? Yeah, no, we were just talking about
I'm
that.
tired of this, man. I'm
Yeah,
tired
bro.
of this.
Yeah, it's, Boost Mobile. That's a great name, by the way. It's funny you mentioned Kemba because I saw a really interesting stat the other day that says before Kemba was benched, the Knicks defensive rating was 108.5, and in the last 5 games, and this is as of 2 days ago, in the last 5 games without Kemba having played a single minute, their defensive rating is 116. So ironically, our defensive rating has gone down since Kemba has gotten out of the rotation. I'm not saying like Kemba's a first team all defense, but it's funny that I think we were worried about his defense, and we thought maybe that we'd see the improvement there if he was out of the rotation a little bit to start games out. But
We've also been on the road
overall,
a
that
little
hasn't
more.
really panned out. We have been on the road, but it's the same problems over and over again. We have literally no transition defense.
Yeah.
When we do get the rebound, we don't run a transition game. We don't run the break.
Hey.
Our shooting is like super, super, super inconsistent. And then a lot of the issues of no off-ball movement and Julius Randle kind of not playing up to his potential. All those things just keep appearing game after game. And I know like one thing that really confuses me is like we're 12 and 13 now, whatever the record is.
14.
12 and 14.
So technically we're still like better than we were at this point last season, but
It doesn't feel like it though.
it doesn't feel like it because I don't think this team has that same character. And I think these problems are going to progress until we get some major personnel changes. I don't think this is a rotation issue. I don't think we have the people on the team now to turn this around. But
That's a fair statement.
What say you guys?
There's a lot to pick apart here. Like I'm just over this team. I really am. I said on Twitter the other day, the Knicks don't do anything well enough to win consistently enough. And it's very sad that they're finding different ways, different guys are stepping up different nights when they do win. But it's not consistent by any stretch. I think Alec Burks, he had 1 point tonight in 38 minutes. I mean, that's absolutely unacceptable. I know he's been averaging 18 points per game since he's been starting. But come on, man. Like, this is against a Raptors team who I believe was 4-9 at home coming into this game.
Oh, we lost your audio, TK.
I think he's on mute.
Yeah, it looks like you're on mute.
Yo, Jay, what you say, man?
Bro, I mean, for me, the past few games right now, it's really been killing me, the swing that we're seeing, especially someone like RJ. When you talk about it, and look, I'm going to give the kid credit. He's 21. Biology, the way it works, he still has a lot of ceiling, a lot of potential. But the man either is an assassin, like 7 from 8, or can't make a fucking bucket if his life depended on it and his mother's looking at him. So it's one of these things. Like it's just it sucks to see when again you see this inconsistency and he's coming up on a contract year. And then are we giving money to Randall? Are we giving money to RJ? To two people that obviously strong with the left hand don't bother to go right. And it's like, again, are we going to invest that much money? Obviously a lot of potential, a lot of talent. It's killing me though, just seeing those things.
Yeah. Well, it's killing me seeing Randall's kind of playoff issues now exhibiting themselves during the regular season. It's just the way our team is constructed. It just really, really doesn't work. And I'm with you on the consistency because if we're thinking about paying players big money, to me in the NBA, big money means this is a reliable person. Like, on a night in, night out basis, they're going to give you this many points, like Kevin Durant.
You got Luka out of shape, balling out. And they're talking like, oh, I'm disappointed in Luka. He's down to 25 points a game. The dude's 20, 30 pounds out of shape, balling out still.
And that's what I'm saying.
Pound for every 10 pounds.
I feel like there's way too many max contracts out there that shouldn't be max contracts. You're paying big money and you're not getting
there's talks of him being in like the Mikal Bridges, like 90 million for a year. And I don't know because
who is this?
for RJ.
RJ.
And then it's like, are you still putting in on potential? Are you putting in terms of what you're actually getting as, the ROI out of them? It's going to be tricky and interesting to see what, decision
I
making.
mean, it's got to be potential.
But it seems like we're playing him more than $90 million for 4 years. It seems like he's more of just a 4-year, $90 million player. You know what I mean? That he doesn't fit, like the way he's in the rotation, the way we set him up for plays, the way what we're expecting out of him. I mean, granted, he's a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
It just feels like 90 million isn't what we expected out of RJ.
Yeah. At some point, man, you're going to have to look at the assets that you do have and think about, okay, do I want to salvage this season, or how am I going to operate going forward, And when I say that, I'm looking at, okay, guys like Obi. Right now, Tibbs has kind of been reluctant to play him. He deserves a lot more minutes than he's getting.
Well, because he's always playing Randall, and he doesn't want to play him with Randall.
You should absolutely play both guys.
I don't know
together.
Why they don't.
And on top of that, IQ is looking like a guy you can be building around as a potential building block. Mm-hmm. You have to start looking at RJ. Is he our guy going forward? Do you want to maximize what stock
trying
he
to
has
say about the
right
Canadian
now?
Mamba?
I'm trying to say that you got to start looking at guys you want to build this thing going forward with. Is RJ one of those pieces? I know his mental makeup suggests yes, but how long can we continue to wait without trading him for let's say a De'Aaron Fox, a Brad Beal, who just recently said that he's not willing to sign his extension just yet. So we may not have to trade for him, but we will have to trade RJ anyway if we do plan on acquiring.
But it has to be a definitive upgrade. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's that hard to come by.
No, but I'm great over
a guy who's
it's scary. It's scary.
Points, yeah.
No, but it's scary to see, certain nights, I guess, like the night against the Spurs. Again, 7 for 8 that evening.
Okay. But the Spurs are trash.
I know.
Yeah, like
Spurs are doo-doo.
Bro, these are all professionals. It ain't chopped cheese out here.
I know, but I'm saying, like, where I see RJ and our top players struggling when we play good teams is our transition defense is absolute trash. Like, teams are just destroying us. Like, they're basically playing 3-man weave on us. So, like, that's one thing. The second thing is our pace. Like, I can't see RJ has those 20+ point games when it seems like he has a lot of open shots, when the ball moves because the defense isn't as strong. But whenever the defense is strong and the opponent is rotating, it becomes difficult, right? They force him right because they know where his weak side is. And then he gets stuck. He tries to pass it out, or he does a floater that's kind of off balance. And so they try to expose that. So either, he has to upskill in that area for us to be able to kind of invest that much money, or like T said, I don't know. I mean, maybe too early to say.
Who or what do we trade him for? What I mean, I know
Fox.
Really?
Indiana's given up good pieces.
Fox.
Really?
Indiana's given up pieces.
Yeah, they're trying to blow it up. Yeah.
But
y'all telling me you wouldn't want to have Fox?
Oh yeah. Fox would be
hands
great.
down.
Fox would be good. Because ultimately we still don't have like a real point guard.
Right.
Such a late bloomer.
We still kind of
we're starting Alec Burks as our point guard, bro. Like, what are we doing out here?
It's tough.
It was like a stopgap, but it's not going to hold, and it's not working. Let's be honest. Like, yeah, Alec Burks is playing significantly, better, I guess, points-wise as a starter than he was in the bench, but the bench unit suffers, right? The bench was much better with him on the bench. Yep. So, like, it just, what are we doing out here?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's such a good point. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, Burke should be coming off the bench. To me, the Knicks have always been a team where we're talking about building around players that really should be second or third options. And that doesn't necessarily mean get rid of him, trade him. It just means, like, let's be realistic about what the team needs.
I agree.
And I still think, we need a superstar talent, but one hole that I keep seeing that's, like, obviously the point guard hole is there, but we need to figure out how to get some offense out of our center position, because we can't be playing with 4 guys out there. I know Mitch is doing his
played
thing.
No minutes tonight.
I know Mitch is doing his thing defensively, and I like his growth. I like where he's going, but he's still very raw offensively. He still brings the ball down and gets it, swiped when he should have easy, putbacks at the basket. And then Nerlens Noel, he's doing the best he can, but the production just isn't there this season. So in a way, there's just a hole at the other end, at the extremes. We have a point guard thing and a center issue. And, it's like we can't be like, well, Mitch kills it on defense. I think overall our defense is just
Let me ask you guys this. Would you right now, this is hypothetical, I don't know if the numbers match up or whatever, but would you right now, if we could acquire Miles Turner for Mitchell Robinson and whatever other pieces, would you do that? And would you also trade RJ Barrett for a De'Aaron Fox and let's say Fournier and throw in Buddy Hield or something like that? I mean, if you can add to this team a De'Aaron Fox and a Miles Turner, I think we would be much better off.
I feel like any of that will just create a spark for us. I feel like right now our ceiling is like the play-in tournament. Like that's our ceiling.
I don't even think,
that's our ceiling,
good
bro.
luck.
You
Good
know
luck.
what I mean? I know the aspirations
downhill.
are obviously to win the chip, but right now, in terms of how it's like, it's such a weird thing to see because we played so well.
You want a minor move, you want a spark. I'm willing to go as far to say that this guy will have a kind of Derrick Rose kind of spark for this team that how we had last season.
Yeah.
And he's probably not a popular name to throw around right now, but Goran Dragic. Like, bro,
only because he's older,
not playing.
But
bro, he's still a starter in this league. He can shoot his ass off.
Isn't he 36, I think?
35.
35?
Bro, he's not playing right now, so he's not going to cost anything. The Raptors have him on the bench. I mean, dude, you can't send a second round pick for Dragic.
It's like the equivalent, not necessarily playing style, but of like Priggy to me. Like just getting 1-2 years out of him.
Much better.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, I mean like duration, like getting them late in the career, and just you're gonna squeeze out what you're gonna squeeze out.
Yeah, but dude, we
it's
have
like the
to
toothpaste that
something.
comes out, just like I'm gonna squeeze that bitch out.
We got to salvage something, bro. He was averaging 13.8, I believe, 14 points last season. He's a floor general, like my man Boost Mobile said. Exactly, he's a floor general.
No, he hits clutch shots, and you have obviously he's fucking respected around the league. You got someone like
Dragic. Well, they might teach us how to move the ball because whatever Tibbs is doing out there offensively is not really impressing me.
It's hard.
Yeah, like a Goran Dragic could be an interesting, fill in to get the team some offensive knowledge because I know he runs the ball. He's gonna move it around. He's gonna, win that championship with Slovenia, so he knows what he's doing. That'd be interesting. Miles Turner definitely interesting. I think that would be a very competent defensive and offensive kind of presence in the center.
He would wake up playing at the Garden every single night.
Oh yeah,
because he feels slighted right now.
And he's someone who has the ball in his hands. He's actually a threat. He can make his own shot.
Yeah,
he can hit the three. He can spread the floor as a center, and he's a big presence down low. That could definitely be something.
Because there's so many times during the game where it's not going for RJ or it's not going for Julius, and it's a close game, and we really need a bucket, and that's where. A Tyson Chandler type player, someone down low that can just be like, oh yeah, this guy exists too. And it just changes the defensive rotations a little bit. And then it allows your other players to do what they do. But if there's no interior threat offensively, I mean, you see this a lot of times, even Derrick Rose, he drives to the paint and he has to jump and make a pass. There's like no one there to catch a lob. I mean, unless it's Obi Toppin. But there's no one there to catch a lob or make an easy basket or get a putback or a quick little backdoor cut situation. It just doesn't exist. And I feel like those points here and there are difference makers because even though we've had very bad games where we've been down a lot, there's not a lot of blowouts really.
It's not killing me with that comment.
Amazing. You said this year, no way you playing.
Right? There's not even tonight. Like this was a totally winnable game, and if we just had a little bit of those few extra points you would get from a competent center, that might be the difference maker.
Well, yeah,
but that's just one of many problems. I just see that like as something else I can say besides the usual stuff.
I have a question for you guys. What do you think? We haven't mentioned in a while, like 3-pointers. We haven't been hitting them consistently enough. I know that was like the talk of the town at the start of the season, but what do you guys think about our 3-game? Why is it suffering, or like what do we need to do to fix that?
We're not getting good looks. Clear, like every 3 that we're taking is forced. It seems like, or late in the shot clock, a kind of bailout. I looked at a stat earlier where I believe Alec Burks was either 3 or 4, don't quote me, in spot up 3-point shooting percentage. That's pretty impressive. But like dude, he ain't Steph Curry. You know what I mean? He's not like a guy that you want shooting a lot of spot up shots. It's just, come on, can we get some ball movement going here? You know, IQ does that a lot of spot up shots in a secondary transition.
I love his speed, period.
Yeah.
The way
Too
he
much
just
out of
fucking-
rhythm stuff.
Yeah, but
like
some
stuff's not in
bad
rhythm.
shots.
Just stuff's not in rhythm. You know, it's not like,
But we need
Boom.
somebody just constantly pushing the pace.
yeah, that we don't have. You see that, man. Like I was, you see that Toronto game where we miss a shot. You know, they grab the rebound. It's 5 guys sprinting up court, and they get an easy attack at the basket.
Well, because you got Van Vliet, you got Siakam, you got dudes that just run the floor and a floor general that can handle it.
Do you know how many times I've seen us get a rebound and the camera's panning up as one Nick is dribbling up the court, and it's like 5 defenders, and I'm waiting for the rest of the guys to run up? It's like,
Yeah.
you know, it'd be one thing if we're like a sick half court team. We're like the 99 Spurs, you know, like, come on, bro, we're not. So we should be capitalizing on running because I think we have enough youth to run. Julius Randle's not an
Absolutely.
old man. RJ Barrett's not an old man. We got Obi Toppin. Quickly's not an old man. This is not an old team that shouldn't be running.
Yeah,
We had a young ass team that should be like sprinting. Well, Fournier, Kemba, I get it, but Burks. Actually, yeah, we're kind of old.
We got to
No,
stop.
Kinda
no,
old.
no,
We're
no.
old where it counts.
Don't even put that on it. No,
No.
don't even put that on them.
Well, no,
Yeah,
we got to be
like,
running, man. We
They
gotta
need
run.
to cut the shit with the isolation. Isolation is not working this season. More motion offense, please add some more motion.
I mean, would you say really any of them are amazing
No.
isolation players?
No.
No,
Amazing?
right? So
No.
I was
Hell
gonna
no.
that's
say,
what I'm
there's-
saying. Amazing. Like you pass on the ball, hands down, like I'm gonna get this fucking bucket. Randall's the closest thing we have to it, but he's not exactly, I'd say, amazing or automatic.
Curry is one of the best players of all time, but he wouldn't even be as good as he was unless he played on a team with the system that moves shit around. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Dude, you know how
Yeah.
much Curry runs?
Even James
Around,
Harden, you could be like,
like,
bro, that's too
just
much
running
ISO.
around.
Move it around. And that's James Harden. And we don't have a James Harden. So, yeah, exactly.
And he also leads the league in turnovers, James Harden. So screw you.
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
Of course, ISO game doesn't work as much as it does anymore. Unless you're like Giannis or KD, which
KD,
you can shoot
yeah,
over
exactly,
someone because you're 13 feet with your arms in the air.
Yeah.
But-
You know, I saw Tibbs on his press conference. I believe Fred Katz or Ian Begley, one of those guys, asked Tibbs. He was like, "Yeah, so what about Obi? He had a career high tonight, double. Is he at the point where he's going to play a little more?" And Tibbs kind of gave this like generic ass answer, like, "Yeah, well, if he plays better, he'll earn more minutes." And I'm like, dude. Like he's played well in the sparing minutes that you've given him all season long. What more does he have to prove? And I understand his hesitancy about
Another
playing
amazing dunk.
Randall and Obi together. Exactly, another amazing dunk. But what's the hesitancy, guys? Like we're losing here. We're 2 games under 500.
19.5% 3-point percentage that Obi's got to work on.
Yo, fuck it. Is Mitch giving you a 3-point shot?
No.
Is Noel giving you a 3-point shot? So what's
No.
the problem?
They're barely giving me
he's
any
a threat.
offense. They're barely
Right.
giving me any offense. They
At
got-
least
I
he's
guess
a
it's-
threat from 3.
That's gonna be such a small lineup. But at this point, we should just continue experimenting. Really,
Nothing to lose, bro.
that's what I'm
At
saying.
this point,
Yeah.
really,
Well,
no.
the
Yeah.
plus minuses.
Bro, the East
Steph and I were
is
talking
beast.
about that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's certain teams out here that.
That's why when
they're
you
really
said the
surprising.
ceiling is our play, the
This
play.
ain't LeBron's
I don't
Eastern
know.
Conference.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Nah.
This is
It's
that
in-
real,
It's insane. It's
real
insane.
deal.
We got teams that aren't healthy out here that are still like killing it.
Yeah.
What would you guys do going forward? Because we're 2 games under 500. It seems like the pep talks, the rah-rah, the lineup change shit ain't working.
Bro, you know me. You've known me for years. This is the
Yeah, you're
time
gonna
you
do
pull
something
out.
drastic.
This is the time you pull out 2KJ. You pull out the 2K GM mode and you blow this shit up. Okay, you
Yeah.
take the trade button and you try to rage until the fucking gauge bar is full. That bitch needs to be green and go
Oh
for it.
man, it's so hard not to disagree. To disagree, actually.
And I'm
So
not
hard
saying,
not to
I'm not,
I
I'm
meant
not
to.
saying this like it's an easy decision either. You know what I mean? Like I do appreciate these players. I do appreciate what they bring to the table. It's not like, for example, Kemba Walker's a bad player just because he's out of the rotation. He's still an incredible professional that damn near any team wants on their team. They'll find a way to utilize him. We just feel like as of right now, he needs to be out of the rotation. But it's incredible, again, his poise and practice and things of that nature that he has, that he's still committed to the team. And he's like setting the example for anybody else that this may happen to as well. The man's staying prepared. But again, trade. trade.
Things can get quite ugly.
If you
let's
trade?
Let's remind ourselves who our next two opponents are. It's the Milwaukee Bucks and the Golden State Warriors. So we can potentially lose another 2 games, which would be 4 games straight, right? And then we have the Rockets, who have been playing pretty well as of late, without their second overall pick, first round pick, Jalen Green. And then we have the Celtics. So at what point, as we all know, on Christmas Day, we're playing the Hawks as well. So things could get quite ugly heading into that game. The Wizards have been playing really well too. Damn, I mean,
the East is tough, man.
Yeah, it is really tough.
Yeah.
There's no landing zone. There's no like soft spot for us, where we can kind of rebound here. I thought the Spurs game
is not good enough.
Was a game that we definitely needed. Tonight, I thought we definitely needed it. What do we do? What do we do going forward? From you guys, I know Jay said I'm hitting the blow up trade button, but
yeah, I'm waiting to hear the rest of the guys.
Yeah, I think trades are definitely a big part of what needs to be done. I don't know what those trades are. I know there's deficiencies at the center position offensively and deficiencies at the point guard position in terms of a true floor general that can leave the ball and get it out of Randall's hands and move it. And
is there anybody off limits?
Part of it might be coaching. I don't know. I'm not ready to change the coach yet, but like offensively, offensively, our offense and our lack of pace and running seems a little outdated, but I don't know, man. It's tough. Like I'm willing to give up almost anybody if I'm happy with what's in exchange, what I get in exchange. I think maybe in the past few years there would have been things that were off limits, but I feel like if I don't see like a crazy progression after a while, then I think you open yourself up to being replaced by someone that does produce right now, today, It's funny. I was watching the Mavs game the other night, and they put in Frank Ntilikina, and he did a move that was like exactly like the moves he was doing last year and the year before that and the year before that, and the result was the same type of miss. And I was like, some players just like you're not gonna get better than that, and so you either got to move it or find a way to like put that person in a position to give you something on the floor. I don't know. I'm with you. Put Obi Toppin in. See what you can do with this lineup until you can move some pieces out of here. But for sure, we're missing pieces.
I need to see more Sims and Grimes. I really do. I like their energy on the floor. I like their activity. They play hard. Even their pace is a little quicker than what we've been seeing from, let's say, Fournier and Noel.
Especially Grimes. He's really got it. Like,
oh my God, right?
But why are they not being put in the game? I think that's the worst thing for a young person
Tibbs,
coming into the league is like getting some minutes and then not getting some minutes. It's like a push and pull. You can't build up your confidence. Just as you're building up your confidence, you miss out on a few games. And then, where does that put you mentally? Are you like, all right, I got to be just randomly prepared to come in, play defense, and hit a three?
They still are playing in practice. So there's still obviously something he's coaching to and he wants to see more of before he puts them out there.
Yeah, but what more can he see? Like, we're seeing a difference in the game when they're out there, right? Like, they may not be hitting their shots at all time, but, like, they're playing good minutes. They're providing you and even athletically, right? Like Sims is a guy who can defend on the perimeter in spurts. He has good lateral quickness. I would say the best lateral quickness of any center that we have or any big man. Grimes fights through screens like no other. He picks dudes up. I I like his activity. He's not getting burnt like Toast Fournier over here, like a burnt baguette. You know, I mean, this guy gets toasted defensively,
Yeah,
night
he
in,
does.
night out.
This might
It's
be a
awful.
corporate move, bro. This might be like they don't want to put in Grimes or Sims because in the chance that we lose, that's going to be all on Tibbs. It's going to be like, why are Sims and Grimes in the game? I feel like it's more of like a cover your ass move than like a basketball decision. You know what I mean?
Let's bring up that Serb from the Westchester Knicks. He's been killing it.
Yeah,
What's
why
his
haven't
name?
we picked up anyone from the G League yet? That's interesting.
He was
trade.
from the Spurs. Semanik. What's
Yeah.
his name?
He's
I
been
don't know
killing
how to
it out
pronounce
there.
his name, but yeah, he really has, man. I
Something.
love the development that they've been doing, even with Deuce. Deuce has been killing it down there too, and he's up on our bench, but he's not getting any minutes either.
Yeah.
You know what?
Jericho, actually, now I want to see more of Jericho because offensively, is he going to give you any less than Nerlens or Mitch
No,
consistently?
he's not,
But
no.
defensively, I'm willing to bet you might see something interesting. And the thing is, like, yeah, he makes some beginner mistakes, but that's because he's a beginner. So
It's a play through it.
You got to give him some time to
Gotta
not
play
be a
through it.
beginner. And that comes with experience. So yeah, at this point, like, yeah, but I know, Tibbs, like you said, stubborn, old school coach. A lot of like the players got to earn it. Young guys. I don't think he's a win at all costs kind of coach. I think it's like we're going to do it the right way. So I don't know. Maybe Jericho gets some time, but it seems like it takes Tibbs a long time to react to the needs in rotation. And maybe, like you said, John, he's seeing things in practice that we're not seeing. It's easy for us to talk with like really no knowledge outside of what we see in games, but the results usually is what drive us. It's like, hey,
that's what I thought.
yeah.
Right?
It's like
yeah.
we're not getting the results, so I'm just like, let's try something new.
So
From
you
what
mean
we
to tell
know,
me that Fournier is looking like Michael Jordan in practice, and then the results show in the game that he's dog shit, but he keeps running him out there because in practice he's killing it? Like, get the hell out of here, bro. Jericho Sims offers you a lot
How
more
funny
than pick
is
and
this?
roll than Nerlens Noel
The
does.
conundrum here is that the first string is playing the second string. So we're still
that is
playing the Knicks
conundrum.
defense.
So then, yeah, the starters look awesome. Wow, you guys are great. Let's get out there.
We're still playing the Knicks defense.
It just happens to be a bad matchup.
But how would that look, bro?
otherwise,
So
bench
when they're
Kemba,
doing
you
the
bench
stats
Fournier.
in practice, they're like, yeah, this is an amazing team. We need to
I
rush
mean, you've
this shit
already
back.
benched Kemba, bro. Like,
But you're
like,
gonna bench Kemba then Fournier and then basically the whole fucking starting five. within
Basically,
25
we're
games.
back to the same team as last year. We might as well just trade for Peyton and Bullock again.
Bro, all
Oh
I'm
my
thinking
God.
about is when you called Fournier burnt toast, is the toast when you put it in the escargot in the thing when you dip it?
Oh my god!
Extra
like
French.
olive oil.
Essentially. Yeah,
Olive oil.
that's what essentially it fucking becomes like.
That's some soggy.
I just want to run this by you really quick. I know it's still fairly early. I guess we're 26 games into the season, but
No, I can make an opinion. Anytime, anywhere.
Fournier is averaging his lowest point total since his first season in Orlando. And that was after 2 years in Denver where he didn't play much, but he's averaging 12.7. This is after averaging 17, 13, 19, 18, 15, 17, 17, 16.
I'm going to let you know tomorrow
This is
because you know what I
pathetic.
did today? I'm doing an experiment. I ate steak today.
Well, hopefully it wasn't a bad one. And we're not going to rely on you to play 35 minutes a night and get burnt toast out there.
No, man, it's it's stupid to see.
It's stupid to see.
It really is because again, we were looking at these two gentlemen with such confidence when we
Fournier
made
is
these
averaging
signings.
38.6 from the three, which isn't terrible, but it's on
That's
the
not
cusp
bad.
of being kind of pedestrian.
Exactly.
It very much is. Considering he was averaging what 41 last season. Like, come on, man.
That's better. That's like
I mean,
hitting
that's a
those-
New York effect for you, though.
Do you guys realize that we don't have a player that specializes really pretty much in anything?
Yeah,
we don't
do.
have a 3-point specialist. We don't have a ball handling specialist.
Yeah, we
don't have-
do.
Yeah.
We have a burnt toast specialist in Fournier. Any guy you put him up against, he's gonna drop a
Burnt
bucket on him.
toast.
Oh my god.
A burnt toast specialist.
That is true.
Dude,
We have
he
an
is
isolation
garbage
specialist at
defensively,
Brandel.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, guys. We got this.
Isolation attempt specialist.
Yeah.
Is what you meant.
Isolation attempt.
Oh my god. Yo, like the sad part about it is we really have nothing positive to say outside of like Obi. And I could talk about
Yeah, that
Obi
dunk was amazing.
every game he does something that just makes you look like, damn, this motherfucker should be playing more. Like,
Say thank you for giving us a highlight. Thank you for a legitimate looking highlight.
Something to post.
Thank you.
right?
Something on Instagram where it's
Thank
like,
you for
hey,
letting
look,
me see a
look what we
blue
can
and
do.
orange uniform on SportsCenter for the right reason.
Right.
Thank you for not having Stephen A. Smith at the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Singing like Aretha Franklin about how bad the Knicks
Seriously.
are.
Yeah, Jay
he was
Williams is
tight.
fucking laughing his ass off, just like, bro, like, this how we gonna start the show?
He's been a hater too. Fuck them all.
Well,
Yeah,
how about
it's
the
been a
Yankees?
rough season. The Yankees ain't doing too well either. All right.
How about the Nuggets?
Yeah,
Damn.
because this is not where I parked my car, bro. Where I started,
You know,
the
even
season,
the other
how we
teams I
started
like
talking about them when we
that I
were
follow suck this
in the
season.
studio, and then here it's like, no, what has happened?
I just want you guys to reflect back when we broke our old record of threes with 20, with 24. And
In a preseason game.
No. This was regular season. It was the second game of the season.
Oh, true. I thought it was the preseason.
Yeah.
No. We broke the record and we had 24
Yeah,
threes in a
20, yep.
game.
We peaked early, huh?
We even made a post
Did
about
we? Did exactly.
it.
I mean, talk about climaxing fast. You know, I think
Yeah.
the Knicks
Jeez.
let it go way too soon.
Yeah.
We
Got us all
haven't even
excited
gotten
and
up that
shit.
Bro.
high since then.
We weren't even, but now I realize in hindsight, we weren't that good. I think it just every NBA team was really rusty coming at the start of the season, and we moved the ball
We
around
were
really well.
hot, bro. We looked
Yeah.
great in the preseason. We were hot.
We did.
I know, but like, jeez, what happened?
What
to
was
us?
every other team doing? They were like, yeah, it's the Knicks. We ain't gonna play hard until the regular season comes. And it's like regular season here, let's smack the Knicks up. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, for real. I just
Rough.
don't know, man. I just it's we got the kind of players where it's like Fournier sometimes will have a good shot. RJ Barrett sometimes will have a good shot. Randall's had like a lot of bad games this season. I feel like more bad games than good games almost.
That's fair.
And then whoever else shoots threes quickly is not going to give you a consistent, like every night. Damn, this guy's like 5 or 6 every night. No. So for us to get like those 24 threes, it's like almost like you got to line up all those guys getting hot. And I think night in and night out, you're just not getting that like combination. You're not getting the right combination of players getting hot, which means I feel like you would get that more often if you had very consistent shooters. You know what I mean? Someone who's
Right.
like definitely a shooter, and then more often than not, they're going to give you that, as opposed to like the Knicks, where more often than not they don't. But when they do, you're like, holy shit, this is crazy. If we could do this every night, it's like, yeah, if every team can hit their threes consistently every night, it'd be a very different NBA. But
The Warriors can.
Right, but I think majority
Yeah.
of us were willing to bet on the fact that the Knicks would hit majority of their threes like they did that game than to how they look now.
right,
You
we'd
know,
be
like
closer to that.
we'd be closer to
than
that.
this,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I wrote in a post that this wouldn't be the first this wouldn't be the last time that the Knicks go over 20 threes for the season. And I think it was the only time in 26 games still that they hit over 23s. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
yo, what
There's
the
plenty
hell
of
is
season
going
left. You'd be all right.
on? Oh
You
yeah,
got
so give me
this.
2
You got
more,
this.
you know. Yeah, it just this really hasn't been a fun season. It's been a gut punch for all of us. The energy, the effort, the lack of cohesion. These guys look like they've never played a game together, and it's basically the same damn team as last year, minus Fournier, who's getting the bulk of the minutes. Right, like there's nobody in the rotation right now who wasn't around last year that's getting a lot of minutes
Right.
outside of Fournier.
That's probably the
Am
most
I- am I
painful
wrong?
part. No, I think
Yeah.
you're right. And that's probably the most painful part is when the team's not fun to watch. That kills me, man. That kills me because I don't mind teams losing if it's like, damn, they played right, but the other team was just better. But when the team's not playing right, and you're like, "What the hell are they doing?" Then it just becomes like mental illness, just to keep following the season.
Yeah, it really does
Jesus
feel like it's kind of mental.
It's just like it's a
This
mental health
escalated
issue.
quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see.
I just feel bamboozled.
I do too.
Seeing the initial team that we had, I think how excited we were. It almost felt like a honeymoon that crashed very, very hard. And it's not even that you get divorced; you get the shit annulled.
Damn, bro.
That's what this almost. Bro, Kemba's out the lineup, out of the rotation. We're not talking about like out of the starting lineup. The man's out of the rotation. Like, this was our coming home story. This was our Bronx native kid. And
that is
the
true.
only time you'll catch him is at practice. The Uber delivery guy. Like, oh, this is where
I think that kills me even more. Like the whole story behind everything, the hype before the season, this whole storyline and narrative. And then it's just like, yeah, you're right, Jay. Not even like off the bench, bro. My man's a DNP. Like me in high school.
Sad.
I was a starter in high school, guys. I was a DNP in college.
You know what? I was a DNP in middle school.
I was a DNP for the Knicks, and
I got better as the years went on. Yo, you know what's extremely sad? Not just for us, for him, but like the whole combination of, like Jay said, he was a hometown kid and stuff like that. Think about like the whole production team with the Knicks. Like they did a whole bunch of like background stories, and like they filmed him in his neighborhood, and they kept asking, "So Kemba, what does it feel like to be a Knick?" I had to hear that for like fucking 10 weeks in a row, them asking the same goddamn question. Like when he scores a basket, what is it like scoring a basket wearing a Knicks jersey? And it's like they had to
came to the Knicks
scrap
when
all
I
of
asked
that
him.
shit.
Yeah, facts.
They had to scrap all of that.
So
they had
true.
all this material on like Kemba Walker being a Knick and how special this season is, and now he's not even in the rotation, and they literally had to hit the trash can button and just throw it out.
I'm just picturing a scene of like the FBI showing up at an office while everyone's trying to like shred the papers.
Oh my god!
Not the Kemba material. Shut up!
Kemba
He doesn't
files.
even play anymore. Oh, shut up! He's barely a Knick.
Oh my god,
yeah.
yeah, that is kind of more
Sad.
embarrassing than it seems, because it's like this is our lineup. This is what we came up with. This is what we did all like postseason long, and then.
But we really
shit.
felt like, some big names coming our way, or like, again, solidified names, rotational, starting caliber players.
How much of it do you think is
our
like
front office went and got? This was our first offseason where they like,
and not too impressed outside of like Obi Toppin quickly and stuff, but actually I shouldn't say that. It's been a mixed bag.
We would have had some stronger connections. And I'm not saying anything shady, backdoors, anything like that. I'm just saying I really, really thought we would have had some better connections.
How much of it do you think
like
is political?
Leon, World Wide West? Bro, they're working that shit behind the scenes.
Because I mean, like when we
do better. Do better.
When we wanted to start Kemba, right? Do you think that was a political decision? It's like, oh, we're bringing the kid back home. He's a starter in the NBA. You got to give it to him.
No.
And maybe they didn't necessarily
you want to see what's possible
respect
with the lineup
what it's true. But I mean, like, I just want our team
what do
to
we
make
expect
basketball
out of Kemba?
decisions and not like political marketing decisions around lineups. Like, it should be like who plays the best.
From Kemba, I don't know, for whatever reason, I truly expected a stat line of like 17 points, probably like 5 assists and maybe like 4 rebounds.
Yeah,
bro, what?
We're not getting most of that.
No, we're not.
Jay, where are you getting these numbers from?
That's expectations.
Expectations. That's what I
randomnumbergenerator.com.
Jay, my man said 4 rebounds from Kemba, 5 rebounds. What'd you say?
4 rebounds, 5 assists.
Oh, okay. Well,
how far off was I?
If we got that, Jay, that would be. Oh my god, I think we'd be.
Bro, the man's producing 3 assists. Like, what are you doing?
Dude, Kemba averaged fucking 19 points per game last season. Like, I don't know how he fell a cliff, especially if he's healthy. Like, what the hell happened to this man?
I don't know. Do you think it's how hard Tibbs coaches? Like, do you think it's something like that? Like, do you think it's a clash in that sense?
Could be just Kemba's
No.
playing style. It's like he gets his points off like extreme body maneuvers, crazy step backs and crossovers. And as he gets older, like, D Rose adapted his game. Kemba might need to do the same.
Bro, he was going to the line 3.5 times last season. He's going to the line 1.4.
No one's going to the line on the Knicks this season. But yeah, that's
true.
not good. That's not good.
But you know what? I mean, who did he have on the Celtics last season? He had some
Jason Tatum,
exactly.
Jaylen Brown.
Yep. He got some players that took a lot of attention off of him, so he was able to. But like
Get
now,
open
this
shots,
season,
probably.
it was basically like it's Randall or Kemba, and no one ever talked about a two-way game between those two guys. So I feel like they had to produce individually, right? We expect them to produce individually, but
okay. But explain this to me. Kemba was averaging 19 points last year and had 5 assists, right? He had Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum on his team. Those guys take a lot of shots. Why is Kemba struggling so poorly, so much with the Knicks? How is he averaging 11 points, bro?
Because on the Knicks, I feel like he's got to get his own shots. On the Celtics, they came within a flow of an offense. Probably a lot of in rhythm threes. Probably a lot of like.
But why can we not do that here? Why do we need to keep isolating? Why do we need to keep ISO?
All I see is bring the ball up, set up in half court.
It's the pressure of the guard.
That's bullshit.
Nobody knows.
There's some weird thing with Randall where he kind of tries a move, pretends to go right, always comes back left, gets caught in a double team, and then we try to move the ball at that point after
They need to utilize
3 seconds on the clock.
They need to utilize Kemba in the same fashion that they utilize Rose. When Rose plays, they don't have when Rose started a couple games with Randall last season in the playoffs, and when Randall is out there with Rose, I know it's not often, but when they're out there together, Rose still has the ball and he dictates the offense, right? It's not, hey, Rose, stand around in the corner, catch a three, or stand around and be a spot up shooter. That's not how it works with D Rose. Utilize Kemba in the same freaking fashion. Like, I don't understand this shit. It's been working his whole entire career. And he's not injured, right? He may not be who he was before, but he's not injured. There's no reason that your offense should make him look this stupid. Plain and simple. It's not working right now, fellas. It's not.
Yeah.
Cut the Randall ISO shit out and let's move the ball. Let's get some guys easy buckets, please.
Yeah, that's it.
We don't get any easy buckets.
Nothing.
No,
hard work, every bucket. And I said that beginning of the
everybody.
season, Julius Randle worked so hard for his baskets, but now it looks like everyone's working hard for their baskets.
Everyone's working hard.
Everybody.
Man. Because it's contagious. Because once Randall starts doing it, once he starts playing his ISO game, he gets stuck in the paint. They always double Randall. You notice that? Like every single game, that's their thing. It's like they know when he brings the ball up, take him to the baseline, double him up, have him pass out. And then we get little,
turnovers.
Yeah, we get phased. We get some turnovers. We can't pass it out. And then we get like the shot clock run out, like what happened like a couple times tonight. It's just, it almost seems like we're not all on the same page. Like Kemba doesn't look like he pushes himself physically like he has in the previous years. I don't know what it is. Like,
does anybody look like it outside of Obi?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it trickling down now? Now is it like contagious? Now is the whole team just thinking, oh crap? No,
the team last year used to play hard.
Such a small window with his age too.
Yeah.
Like
Obi?
we got to get him the minutes. Obi.
Well, tell that to Tibbs because Tibbs seems to think he's a 19-year-old kid.
If you can pick this phone up right now and you hear me, give Obi his minutes.
No, he thinks Obi's like a 19-year-old kid and shit.
That's what I'm saying. He's not.
Bro, he's a seasoned. He would have been. He was a senior in college, bro. Like,
he's a seasoned rook. He's a seasoned college veteran.
He's a seasoned kid.
The dude is 23, bro.
He's just that rook, son.
I don't know, man.
Like, I don't have anything more to say. The next game is at 1:00, bro.
I hope the change of time
12
is
o'clock
better.
on a Sunday.
I hope nobody has steak for breakfast.
I'm gonna go eat my Levain oatmeal raisin cookie right now.
God bless.
And I'll catch y'all on Back for Blood because I can't do this anymore. The
Knicks
Knicks
are
so
Twitch.
bad.
Wait, Back for Blood the game, or you're talking about the Knicks?
I'm back for blood on Sunday, but tonight I'll be on the game.
Yeah. You see me out here PS5.
From now on, every time the Knicks lose a game, we're just gonna do a show about the Brooklyn Nets instead.
Oh, Jesus.
No,
Christ.
God,
Psych.
hell no.
Absolutely
Hell no.
not.
That would never happen.
Nah, that's
Shout out
not
to
good.
Obi Toppino with his career high, man. That's
Facts.
awesome.
Yeah, we'll keep doing your
Good
thing,
for him.
baby. And
19 and 10.
if I gotta hear Tibbs screaming on every game broadcast,
ISO.
that's all I hear.
ISO.
I just hear it. I'm like,
The
bro,
fuck?
Well,
Dude, you're not
monster.
sick of this ISO shit? When has
No.
it ever worked?
No, people ain't sick of it. He ain't sick of it.
Outside of last season.
Wait, time out. What if this man is like Groot from fucking Guardians of the Galaxy? Like, I am Groot. So all he does is like, ISO.
Then we need to get a new coach.
It's really like a different play that he's trying to say.
yo, how long before we go back to like, we need a new management? We need new management. Oh, we need
No.
everything.
Probably
bring-
tomorrow.
We need to bring Phil
I have faith
Jackson
in
back.
these guys.
You know what? Until James Dolan get
Yo,
you
we're
know
not the
who-
Lakers, bro.
Go back.
We're not like
The
blaming
last
Frank
person-
Vogel just yet.
The last person that
That's right. We're
rebuilt
not
this team,
crypto.com arena.
we need to bring them back. I'm talking about Donnie Walsh.
No, man. Donnie Walsh is in his casket right now. He's like 95 years old.
I said what I said.
So what I said.
I'm sure that man can still make better decisions.
Speaking of, Isaiah Thomas was pretty cool, man. I ran into him yesterday.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
It
That's
was
sick.
so freaking random, dude. Like him and his wife were playing with Apollo, and
Everybody loves Apollo.
I didn't even notice him. Like I didn't recognize him at all until he pulled down his mask slightly, and I'm like, wait, the voice sounds
Wait.
familiar.
You told me Apollo told you.
Well, nobody else is supposed to know that he speaks. He's got him and I got the Scooby Shaggy relationship. So
Exactly.
Nobody else
Exactly.
knows.
How'd you introduce yourself? Did you say what up, bad boy?
No,
That would have been
I,
good.
Bad boy
I was
P.
like, hey, Zeke,
The wife
I'm a
would have been
huge
like,
fan
I
of
only
yours."
call him that.
Oh, it was that Isaiah Thomas? Yo, the whole time I was
Yeah.
thinking it was
Zeke.
Mini.
No, bro, it was Zeke. Hall
Yo,
of Famer.
that's what's up.
I had
Real.
my
From
Knicks
the
hat on and
Cowboys.
everything, and he
That's
looked.
what's
He
up.
looked at me. He looked at my hat, and I looked at him, and I'm like,
Yes.
I still love you. It's okay. I still love you. You know what? The thing about Isaiah Thomas is at least he tried, right? Like Phil Jackson didn't give a rat's ass, and he was just kind of like just taking the money and running. At least Isaiah Thomas tried. Every move that he made was like one-upping his shit, but like at least he tried, you know, and I can always give credit where credit is due. He did bring, you know, a couple guys in that we thought it would work. Although he was ahead of his time with the Stephon Marbury, Steve Francis lineup. Like that 2-guard lineup thing was a little ahead of his time. It didn't work, but you know.
What does Steve Francis look like currently?
I think he gained weight.
He looks god all. He don't even look like Steve Francis anymore.
Yo,
No,
I still watch
I
his
know
mixed. I mean, I
we-
still watch his highlights, bro.
Oh, of course.
was
You know, he
so
couldn't
dirty.
palm the ball.
Really?
His hands were so small he couldn't palm the ball.
Get out for real.
Francis.
Yeah,
now when you call him
when-
Stevie Franchise, it's because he's about the size of a Subway franchise. I'm kidding. That's fucked up.
Jeez.
I just fucked up. I
Do-
love.
do you
I
guys
love Steve
remember-
Francis. He's one of my favorites to watch, man.
Really? Baron Davis
yeah.
is one of mine.
He's just.
Baron
I like
Davis.
his style.
Sick.
You know.
You guys
When I was
remember
younger,
the,
I was always about the style of basketball players, like how they, you know,
Oh,
their
yeah.
swag on the court. I don't
Of
care about that
course.
as much now, but that was
Bro, he's
big.
not that big. I think he lost weight.
You guys remember the slam dunk contest when they would bring out the wheel and you would have to emulate dunks from legends past?
Yep, I remember
Yeah,
that.
so there was one dunk where I think he had to do something where it required him to palm the ball.
Mm.
And I remember him saying on camera, like, I can't palm the
Yeah,
ball.
yeah.
He had
I
to
remember
cuff.
that.
He has to cuff the ball
That's crazy.
in order to dunk it. And he was like one of the prolific point guard dunkers of his time.
Yeah.
And he
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
even palm
Oh,
the
yeah.
ball. That was crazy.
Hell
He's like-
yeah.
like- OG
He's like the first
DSJ
Westbrook.
style.
Yeah. DSJ.
I can palm the ball, but not while I'm like swinging. to
Same.
dunk,
But not
you know,
in
it's
this
kinda
time.
like, so,
Yeah.
So when
My hands
when
are
it's
big
one of
enough
those,
to
like,
palm it.
yeah,
Like I can Jordan it. Like I can just
Yeah.
like move it around
Yeah,
and
that's
shit
it.
like that.
That's about it.
But I can't be in the air and try to
yeah, exactly.
maneuver
Right.
it.
No windmills coming from.
Too much.
Would you switch
Like when
palming
I
it
jump
for
on a
dunking
7-foot
it?
rim, it's always like the simplest dunk. It's like is the only
Yeah.
way. It's a little like the first dunk, 1938.
Oh my god. Yeah, there was just no way. But
But hey,
yeah. So I'm glad we at least we made it about future. At least we made it about two
If you have much
past Knicks and Baron Davis and Steve Francis. We've also had Tracy McGrady. We've had Penny Hardaway.
Jason Kidd.
Yeah, we've had all the greats.
Kidd. We've had all the greats.
All in their primes.
Yo,
Dude,
by the way,
yeah.
did you know that the three of the top 5 most winning coaches of all time were head coaches of the Knicks at some point?
Nope. We also had Cuttino Mobley.
Lenny Wilkins is number 1.
That's the one of the winningest coaches of all time.
Yep.
Top 5.
Top five.
Yo, you guys see that trailer for that new HBO show about the Lakers?
Yeah, I texted it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I sent that in the...
I didn't see it, man. Obviously,
I deleted Pete out of the group text. So.
I've been a little bit out of the loop on our group text.
Are you really?
I looked at my other group friends
a little
text.
bit.
Not this one.
You guys are my only friends.
So why would you be out of the loop?
You're my only friend.
Because I'm introverted. No. Because I was boozy. A loser. Yeah, that's me. What were we talking about? The Knicks? Yeah, they're good.
Cuttino Mobley.
That's right.
Cuttino. It's a great name.
Yo, we should just go around and name like random ass Knicks past. I'll start.
Marcus Camby.
That's not really.
That's
random,
not random.
bro. He was like,
Random at the
How
moment.
dare you?
Random at the moment, just like
like random ass Knicks, just
like Michael Sweetney.
Okay, Michael
Like
Doliak.
Like Kuzminskis. He's pretty random.
Steph, it's on you.
Oh, I gotta say Darko. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Othello Harrington.
Oh my God, what was the
Rick Brunson?
Travis Ware?
Yeah.
I'm bad. I'm bad with
Chris
this.
Dudley, baby.
That's
Oh,
not
yeah,
like
man, he's legend status, baby.
He's too
Big
yeah.
task at hand. Chris
Yeah,
Dudley.
Chris Dudley's too easy.
Steve
Gotta
Novak.
be someone like really. Steve Novak's too easy. He's like legend.
Keith Van Horn.
Next tape
remember?
legend.
Oh my God,
Keith Van Horn. Yeah, definitely. He played on the Nets, right? Like the New Jersey
Yeah.
Nets.
Oh,
44, number 44 with the high socks.
High Sox. Oh,
Yep. Did anybody say Othello Harrington?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
Othello
welcome.
Harrington.
What about our boy that we saw at Jimmy's? Jeez.
Chris Copeland.
Oh, Chris Copeland. Yeah.
Chris
Oh,
Copeland.
yeah.
Oh, that was amazing.
Clay Anthony Early.
Clarence Weatherspoon.
Clarence,
You remember
is that a real name?
Yeah, you don't remember Clarence Weatherspoon? Clarence.
That's another one. That's another one.
Or Witherspoon, I meant.
TK's typing up. I think we already ran out. My memory is serving me horribly.
I'm sorry. It's so weird to
Jerome
me
James,
that
someone
Mike
said.
Bibby was a Nick.
Mike
He
Bibby
was,
my
right?
boy.
Mike Bibby was a Nick.
That's
Jerome
so weird
James,
to me.
of course.
Mm-hmm. You guys remember Ron Baker?
They mentioned him tonight, actually.
Of course, the other night against the Pacers, Dougie McBuckets was giving it to us. I was like, come on.
Yeah. You guys remember Ronaldo Balkman?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh man.
And you have to be careful not to say Blackman by accident.
Rolando Blackman. Yo, Clyde used to say Rolando Blackman all the time.
Ronaldo Balkman. Oh my God. He spent so much time in the G League too. Bad time in
Oh
the G
my
League.
God. Yo,
Didn't
okay.
Chauncey, Mr. Big Shot, play for us?
Of course.
Yeah, Portland's.
We got him in the Mellow
own.
trade.
Portland's own, yeah.
Yo, you guys remember Billy Walker?
Billy Walker.
Billy.
Bill
Billy.
Walker. Come on.
No.
Yo.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
You don't remember
yes.
Bill Walker?
Yes. The man looks like
He
he's
was-
70.
Yo, bro, he played with Michael Beasley in Kansas State.
Oh, Jesus.
Please tell me y'all remember Bill Walker.
Henry
Don't make me pull him
Walker.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You don't remember Bill Walker?
I remember Bill Bradley.
Bill Bradley.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
obviously.
Y'all remember Samuel Dallenberg?
Of course.
Yeah.
You guys remember Michael Doliak?
Yep. Was mentioned.
The white guy.
Oh, he was mentioned?
He was mentioned.
I thought you mentioned
Shit.
him.
Oh, well, maybe.
Yeah.
Got Doliak on the brain.
He's trying to see if we're awake here.
True.
Y'all remember?
Y'all remember this guy?
guys remember
Who
Clyde
else?
Frazier? No. Patrick Ewing.
Willie Hernan Gomez.
Of course, yeah.
Oh man.
Jeremy Lin, that's too easy. Stoudemire, too easy.
Yo,
Chandler,
what was
too easy.
Jort's name? You remember Jorts?
Jorts.
Yeah.
Remember,
He used to
fucking-
wear jorts and a headband from Kentucky. I think he was the center.
You're gonna have
Josh
to-
Harrelson.
Mm.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Josh Harrelson, bro?
Oh yeah.
He was like a huge fan favorite, but he was trash.
Doc
Shout out to
Rivers.
Kadeem Allen.
Oh, Kadeem Allen.
Yeah.
What was that? A few years
Kadeem
back? That was like 4
Yeah,
or
that
5
wasn't that
years
long
ago,
ago.
That
right?
was like 3-4 years back.
Yeah, 3 years ago. Jeez. Kadeem Allen.
Derek Harper. Forgot about our boy Derek Harper.
Of course.
What about
Maurice Endauer,
Yo,
a
Doug-
favorite of Far's.
Doug Christie played on the Knicks.
Of course, he was
94,
drafted by the Knicks.
He was? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Pepperdine.
Yep.
Number
You remember La Cucaracha?
Oh, Calderon.
Jose
Jose.
Calderon.
Mr.
Yo, he's so
Jose.
on
Never die.
anything. That guy he was so ass, bro. Oh my god. But yo, the crazy part about it, he was fucking phenomenal with the Raptors prior to coming
bro.
to
He
the
was
Knicks.
good, man. Yeah, he had that classic point guard fundamental joint. going
Yeah,
on there.
bro. He was averaging like 8 assists, 9 assists, shooting
He was
40%
good,
from
bro.
3.
Yeah.
With us, he was like averaging 6 points a game, 5 turnovers. Like,
Yeah.
come on, dude.
He was a starter for the Olympic team for Spain.
Yeah. Yep. No, that Spain team with all those good guys on it.
Yeah.
Powell and Mark and all
Yeah.
those other dudes.
Dougie McBuckets.
All those other Spaniards.
You
Yeah,
guys remember Justin Holiday?
of course.
Justin Holiday.
Mhm.
You remember
Break it
Anthony
down.
Bonner?
Yo, Anthony Bonner. Oh my
Anthony
god.
Bonner.
Hubert
Wow,
Davis.
that's legendary shit.
Hubert Davis, baby.
He used to live in my building when I was growing up.
Oh yeah,
Hubert Davis?
Yeah. Mhm.
Really?
That's great.
I used to see him often.
Wow.
You guys remember Chris Duhon, of course. He was our best point guard, like outside of Raymond Felton that we had. And he was
Yeah.
trash.
But Jimmer, your boy
Jimmer
Jimmer.
Fredette for like 16 games, and Phil Jackson didn't want to give him an opportunity.
China
whatever
legend.
For real,
Yeah.
man. Dude's dropping.
China legend.
Dude's dropping
Langston
Jordan
Galloway.
numbers in China.
Langston Galloway. Yo, he was pretty solid, man. He was killing in the G League, but he was good for us for a while.
Yeah, no, he was pretty good, man. Too bad he almost won a chip with the Suns last year.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy. You guys remember who else? I'm trying to think of like some random ass dude. I don't know why Landry Fields just popped in my head, but he ain't so random.
Landry.
Yo, what about oh my god, what's his name? Was he even on the Knicks? He definitely was. Super short player.
Bucci Norris.
No,
Eddie,
that's a good
Eddie
one
House.
too. No, that's a
Eddie
good one too.
House.
That's a good one too.
I miss Eddie House. I love Eddie
I'm
House.
talking about
too. Nate Robinson.
not Shannon. What the fuck's his name? Like that. Oh my god. I'm not-
Shandon Anderson.
Nah, he almost
No?
had like curly hair. What the fuck? was
Really
his name?
short curly hair.
He's like light skinned. I'm trying to remember. Oh
Trae Young.
man, it's gonna be a tough one. I'll find it.
What,
had-
what
he had, like,
year?
one-
Like what years?
Yeah, what's it, like 5 to 10 years ago. He had really like
Do you know who he
one
played with?
crazy block. Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Like, do you remember who else was on the
Knicks roster. I just gotta have to do this research. And I don't even know if he was on the Knicks, so this might be a useless. But I think he was. Oh man, if I can pull this guy up, this would be like pretty. Nuts.
Howard Isley, Travis Knight, LeVar?
Travis Knight. Wow. Rod Strickland.
I remember Rod Strickland got a shout out in a Wu-Tang song, something like Rod Strickland.
Trump like Rod Strickland.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember that. It
I
was
could always rely on my boy TK to come
Yo,
through.
Bino Udrich. Oh my God.
Woo!
Sasha Vujacic.
Nazir Muhammad.
yes.
Trevor Ariza.
I thought
Tim Thomas, Kurt Thomas, all the Thomases. Yo, Jalen Rose. Speaking of Jalen Rose, he's getting divorced. Huh? You guys feel
Is
like
he really?
that?
Molly, call me.
Channing Frye.
Yeah, Molly called me.
Channing Frye. Jesus.
I got nothing to say.
It's too late.
Kelvin-
It's recorded.
Sorry, I did
Cato.
not speak English. I sorry, I don't know what's going on here.
Kelvin
Yo, y'all
Cato,
remember Lee
Jesus.
Nalon?
Like,
Jay, I know you remember Lee Nalon.
I don't at this moment.
No, number 54.
I don't at this moment.
I don't.
Maybe in a couple of more moments.
Lee Nalon, bro.
Yo, do you guys remember some weirdo called Andrea Barganani or something like that?
Yeah,
Larry
that dude was
Hughes.
Yeah.
fucking trash, bro. I'm so mad.
The
we had to
Italian
trade him.
stallion. Oh man,
Y'all remember Frank Williams?
Frank Williams. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, Frank Williams.
Hell yeah. He used to be a decent dunker.
Yo, Jay, you remember, bro? We used to play with Frank Williams in 2K.
Hell yeah. Fucking Q
Hell
Rich.
yeah.
Cute.
Good old
Rich.
Ronnie Turiev.
Marty Collins.
Tim Thomas.
Yo, Tim Thomas, a straightaway three. Killed
Facts.
it. Tim Thomas, damn, he was good.
Yo, that team had like 25 power forwards. We had
Could have had at
Clarence.
least two more.
We had Clarence Weatherspoon, Keith Van Horn, Tim Thomas, Kurt Thomas, Mike Sweetney, Antonio McDice, Othello Harrington, and Vin Baker.
Damn.
Damn, bro.
He was a beast. Vin Baker. Jeez.
Shane Larkin.
Oh,
That was
That's who the
it.
fuck I was thinking of. Shane
Wow.
goddamn Larkin.
That's
Hey, when
Barry
you-
Larkin's son, man.
When you have a few moments.
Yeah, so I was right.
Yes,
He
I
was
do
short,
remember-
light skinned, and had black curly hair. Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Pretty much.
It's like every other modern NBA player these days.
Time out. Dude said he's in jail. In
He's
the
in jail.
comments.
No way.
Our
Which
guy's
one?
in jail.
Shane Larkin?
Shane Larkin?
Hold up. Shane motherfucking Larkin.
No way. For what?
Oh my god. Oh, he,
Wait, he's in jail?
I don't
Are
know.
you serious?
Let's see if Google's any good.
My man, Shane. Going
he
crazy.
grew out his hair looking.
Is he next to Wait. Oh, Frank Williams? Wait, hold on. Frank Williams is in jail? Frank Williams, he probably in a cell next to Sebastian Telfair.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Bassy. Yo, I fucking remember when we saw him in the street too?
When the lights
Right next to
on,
Tao,
the
my man's
lights
running.
is on.
Bro, yo, you know what's crazy about the
Dude.
Sebastian Telfair story, bro? Like in his later years, like when he got arrested and all that stuff, we heard he was dealing like some shady shit. Like he got caught with guns on him. And,
Yeah.
like, he was like robbing people. He was getting robbed. He was like doing this and that. And that night that we saw him running, it looked like he was running for his life, right, Steph? Like some dudes were after him. And it was crazy because like you and I just walking casually, we're drunk as hell, and he's like look like he's running for his life, and we're like, "Yo, Sebastian Telfair," and he stops. He's like, "What's up?" And he keeps running. Yo, that shit was crazy, bro.
Like people still remember me?
Yo, dude, like he looked like he just got either he
Yeah.
was like robbing somebody or he was getting robbed and running for his life.
I feel bad,
And,
bro. Like, what's good with these New York cats? I mean, Lance Stevenson, Bassey, like Marbury, all Abraham Lincoln legends, but like, I feel bad for Bassey. Bassey really could have been something, man. Through
Yeah,
the
you
fire.
Remember,
Through the fire. Remember the documentary?
yeah,
of
when you
course.
and I
That
went to
shit
go
was
see
so
it when it
fire.
opened at the IFC right across from West 4th.
The
The
cage.
courts?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And like it was a premiere. Remember, like a lot of the people that were involved in the movie were there. I didn't
Yeah,
realize at the
yeah.
time, but
Mhm.
like it was pretty sick.
It
That
was
movie,
amazing.
I love that movie. I was really rooting for Sebastian, man.
Yeah.
I really
Bassey.
was. Because when
Yo.
that movie came out, he was like, I was a little bit older than he was, so it was kind of like around the same age, I think. Actually, I don't even, when did it come out? Do you remember?
Nah.
All right, I'll use Google.
Well, he graduated in 04. So
I remember looking up his
I was in college
PSAL
around then,
stats on.
of course, bro.
Right?
We played at the same time. I was in high school when he was in high school, but he was on the way out, and I would always look at my stats and look at his stats like, yo, if he can do it, I can do it. Except I didn't realize he was a couple inches taller, a lot faster, and had a lot better everything that I did.
I mean, yeah.
When you add it all up, it makes a difference.
Oh my god, bro! I scored my career high in JV when I was a freshman, and I'm like, I go home and I look at my point totals that they logged in, and then I go to Lincoln to see what Sebastian did that night. I'm like, yo, I scored my career high, motherfucker! And then I see he dropped like 28 points, 10 rebounds, and like 15 assists. And I'm like, damn,
he's a beast.
Yo, also back when I was in PSAL, Lance Stevenson was playing.
Yep, I followed him too.
I watched his whole career, man. I was watching them back those booty highlights on YouTube that they would post. It was like on VHS and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I followed his career all the way to Cincinnati, man. When he decided to go to Cincinnati and stuff, I was rooting hard for Lance Stevenson.
He's funny as fuck, man. I still love Lance.
Me too.
He's hilarious.
We watched him. You played in the Sullivan games, Nani, right? And they had like at the end of the Sullivan
I watched him
games,
play 3 times when we went to watch him play against boys and girls at MSG, and then we went to watch him play at Baruch against Christ the King. I think that was like an exhibition game.
Yep, it was.
I forgot where else.
It was an exhibition game between PSAL and the CHS.
Exactly.
The Catholic school.
Yep. That was awesome because we were like sitting courtside, and then Sebastian Telfair was there with his hoodie and his hat, like hiding. And he asked for a half court shot. I'm like, bro, why are you hiding? And just chucking up a ball from half court.
Was this at the time when he was on the Trailblazers already? Or,
yeah, he was in the league
NBA?
at that point. Yeah, this is when Lance was like a senior in high school.
Yeah, what blew my mind is watching because I was already in college at that point, but I watched Lance Stevenson, Lincoln play. I forget who they played at the Sullivan games, but I was blown away by like the speed of even the littlest point guard. I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is high school basketball, but these dudes are like either they're huge or they're extremely fast. There's like no in between,
Yeah.
So it was pretty sick to watch in person, and then to know like, okay, that's what a high school player that ends up going to the NBA looks like, in person. It's pretty sick.
I remember our school, Jay and I, we went to the same school, and like our division was A. So like we were the top division until they made a AA division where the competition was just so stiff, and guys like Lincoln were there. I believe Mary Bertram, boys and girls. They were in AA. And in our division, these guys were like collegiate athletes. They may not play D1, but these guys were collegiate athletes. And our center was usually anywhere from like 6'4" to 6'6" in our high school, around our division and stuff like that. And then you look at guys like Lincoln, and these dudes were like 6'9", 6'10" centers. And I'm like, bro, like they got the advantage.
What are you feeding them? What are you feeding them? These are not peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
Yo, speaking of, you guys remember Curtis Kelly?
Kinda.
He went to UConn.
Kinda.
Curtis Kelly.
Yeah. He went to Rice.
Why? What about him?
No, he was another player that from Rice, like Kemba Walker, who was 6'10". He was like a power forward center. He's only 33 now. He played overseas. He got undrafted and stuff like that. But I was really rooting for him as well. He went to UConn just like Kemba Walker from Rice, but then he transferred to Kansas State because he wasn't getting any burn.
Well, sucks to suck.
hey, he went overseas and he made a little career for himself overseas. Hopefully he was counting his coins and whatnot. But yo, fellas, it's been real.
Yep.
It's been fun.
I gotta get the F out of here.
Yeah, Jay wanted to wrap up in 30 minutes apparently.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry,
he's probably right.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Have
I'll
a-
see you
Out here
guys on the
talking
next
about
one.
Tino Mobley. That's when you
Yo,
know.
shout out to everybody who tuned in tonight. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, comment, and drop us a comment. Let us know what you guys think the Knicks should do going forward. We're 2 games under 500. We are now 12-14 on the season. Let us know what you think should be done going forward, whether it be a lineup change, trades, whatever you see fit. Hit us down below.
Shout outs
Subscribe,
to
comment, share.
Boost Mobile and Big
like.
Task at Hand for all
Big
the
task at
comments
hand.
tonight.
Yeah. Thanks
Always
for
showing us
stay
love.
tuning,
Yeah.
bro. Thanks,
Salute.
guys.
Peace, y'all.
And BN, we see you, bro.
Later.
Later.
Later.